So, firstly, before we go into some more practical questions here, right, is how do you feel when, at the moment, you said the newspapers start reporting and say that, like, hey, what Kian Ming says is rubbish. What's the first thing that came to your mind first?
Of course, I wasn't happy with it, because I'm still contributing to the party. As a non-CEC member, I'm still raising funds for the party, and I'm, trying to do election analysis for the party, right? So, to say that I'm speaking rubbish, of course, on this particular issue with regards to 1MDB, of course, I feel a bit hurt. But I can understand why, because in Twitter I also said a few things that may have hurt Anthony. I tweeted out something in Chinese. I said 要冷静不要乱, right, which is something very similar to what MCA said in one of the elections campaign, where they said 要稳定不要乱. That means they want stability. They don't want disruption. They don't want chaos, right? So I understand that perspective. But a lot of Chinese people may not understand the same kind of logic that I have. So my mother, for example, when she read that headline in Chinese, and Anthony, as a seasoned politician, would know that the Chinese papers would pick up these headlines to sensationalize the news. My mother read that article and said, "Hey, why is Anthony saying that you're talking 废话?" She said, "Hey, if that's the case, then you don't contribute to the party. You might as well just spend more time at home, spend more time with your wife. What's this? You contribute so much, you and Tony contribute so much, and this is how you are treated." Right? So and I think she's not alone in the sort of like larger community out there that has seen what Tony, and to a lesser extent what I've done. So I mean, it may have been sort of like a bit of an emotional response to Anthony at that time. But again, draw you behind the curtain. Since you actually asked me for a comment when he made that statement to say that 我讲废话, I was speaking nonsense, I said no comment. And I told Anthony, since you asked me for comment, my comment was no comment. Right, because I didn't want to perpetuate this any further. This is not productive.
Yeah.
I want to focus more on the political reform part, the kind of institutional reforms that we're talking about. Those are the more important agenda items.
Right.
But of course, in this day and age of politics, you cannot avoid people bringing up some of the more sensational personal portions of these kinds of political interactions.